Connor, I want to ask about the, get on the ball plays. Obviously, the one at the goal line is the one people have been talking about, but it seemed to me throughout the year that a lot of times the defense seems to be able to create some havoc on those rush plays when you get up and go really quick. What's your perception? What have you seen just as you've watched the film and seen those plays during games?
I think for us, for the most part, those plays have been pretty successful for what they're designed to be. And obviously that play, didn't exactly go the way it was supposed to go. But for the most part, when we go in those hurry up situations, it usually puts the defense on their heels a little bit, which a lot of times can give us lanes when we need it in the run game. But sometimes when the defense is kind of scrambling in that situation, sometimes they'll throw two guys in a gap or something like that just by accident. They might luck into a decent defensive play. So, but I think for the most part, those have worked well for us this year.
I asked Kalani about this earlier, but I'm curious your perspective. When you work on something, but then it doesn't work in a game, or you run it a few times and it doesn't seem to be doing well, what's it like as a player when the coaches make the decision, oh, do we keep going with this and try and make it work, versus when do we start doing something different? What's that like as a player when they have to kind of make that choice?
I mean, obviously, it's frustrating as a player when you worked on something all week. You feel like you've got it dialed in, and then for whatever reason, there's a lot of reasons that something may not work in a game. But I think for us, the coaches kind of have that view from upstairs because my view, especially in the middle, only extends 5 to maybe 7 guys maximum of me understanding kind of what's happening. They kind of have a better view than me, and they can kind of see things in ways we can take advantage of the defense. And so, they make adjustments as they see fit and what the defense is presenting to us. So
I'm not seeing other questions, so I'll ask another one. How rewarding was it to be able to have the success on the ground finally? Have a week like you guys did.
you know, it was it felt really good for us as an offensive line, to kind of be able to roll those guys off the ball a little bit and have a good established run game. Which is something that we felt that we could have had the entire season. Just mistakes here, things there. We've just been kind of hurting ourselves, and so to finally kind of put it together for really the majority of an entire game was, it was really good for us. Obviously, it's a little dampered by the outcome, but that's one positive we can take from this game.
Go ahead, Jay.
Connor, you're really good at explaining things. So, how would you explain to the casual fan how you guys can struggle to run the ball against the likes of West Virginia, Iowa State, and then turn around against the number 14 team in the country and do so well? Is it just scheming? What goes into that turnaround?
I think there's a few things. Scheme is definitely a part of it. Just kind of putting yourself in a position as an offense to be successful and to attack kind of weak points of the defense. But it really comes down to all 11 guys doing their job. Even if one guy doesn't do their job the way they're supposed to, it can blow up an entire play. And it can make a play look terrible when in reality 10 of the guys were doing it exactly how they were supposed to be doing it, and it was just the one. And I think a lot of the issues we had early on was it was just one, maybe two guys who didn't quite get it done at any position, and that can kind of stifle an entire play, And so I think having all the guys on the same page this week and everyone just executing what they were supposed to do on that play. We don't have to do anything crazy. Just do what you're expected to do and what you're supposed to do. And, we put ourselves in a position to be successful. And so, maybe it's one guy not quite getting it done on a backside cutoff or a reach block, or a receiver not running a guy off the way he's supposed to, or not blocking the way he's supposed to, or the quarterback and the running back not quite getting through the mesh the way they're supposed to, so it muddies the read for the quarterback. There's a lot of things, that can make a play, look like, man, that was just a bust, when really it was just one simple thing. And it kind of feels like throughout the season, it's like, okay, we fixed this, and then this problem pops up. We fix this, and then this problem pops up. And I feel like, this last game was kind of the first time this year as an offense that we felt we're running our offense the way it was supposed to be run. Everyone doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it put us in positions to be successful. And, obviously just at the end of the day, just a few too many mistakes to get the win.
Then I wanted to ask you real quickly about Caleb moving from tackle to guard. You've obviously done that, moved positions. How do you think he's doing, and why is he seemingly more successful at guard than tackle?
I don't know if there's a specific thing that's, made him more successful at guard than tackle. Obviously, it's a big adjustment regardless of what position you're playing. But I think his size and his physicality gives him an advantage when he's playing guard, because he's so big and he's so strong. And at guard, you kind of have a smaller space to work with. And so he can kind of just put that power to use, and just go after people. And, I think he's done a good job with it.
Okay, Connor, last question from Jared Lloyd.
Thanksgiving week, Connor, that's big man holiday, right? You guys celebrate, have a lot of food. What's your favorite part of Thanksgiving?
Not having school back half of the week, and then getting to spend time with family. So I think that's because it's my family's pretty large, and so it's pretty rare for everyone to be together in one place at the same time. And so we'll get close this year. We won't quite have everybody, but I think just it's a time of the year that everyone sets aside to have the family together, which is as we get older too, and people are getting married, having kids and families of their own. That's it gets harder and harder to do every year. So,
Are you gonna have teammates come this year?
Say that again.
I was just wondering if you were gonna have teammates join your family, because I know you've got a big family. So
I don't know yet. We'll have to see. We always make sure everybody has a place. So, I've actually joined teammates two out of the last 3 Thanksgivings, because since my family's been out of town, and so everyone gets taken care of.
Well, I was just wondering who's going to eat the most, because I know your brother's a big guy, you're a big guy, your family, you guys got some guys that can eat, so
I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to report back.
Awesome. Thanks, Connor. Appreciate
All right. Thanks, guys.
Time to be here.